No.
We gotta go outside. We gotta.
No.
That's fine. Okay. Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to be talking about the different religions inside of Ethiopia.
Yeah, that's right. Ethiopia is a country with a very vast and long history, and its religious landscape is as diverse as its culture, from Christianity to Islam and even ancient beliefs. There's a lot to explore, but today we're going to take a deeper dive to different religions in Ethiopia, with a special focus on Christianity.
Exactly. Ethiopia's religious heritage is not just significant for the country, but also for the world. We'll touch on all the major religions, but we'll be focusing on Christianity for most of the video since it's a major part of Ethiopia's identity. So let's get started.
Yeah, to begin with, Ethiopia is a religiously diverse nation. The majority of Ethiopians practice either Christianity or Islam, but there are also smaller groups who follow traditional African beliefs or other beliefs.
Right. In fact, Ethiopia is one of the earliest countries to adopt Christianity, but let's break it down a bit more. Around 62% of Ethiopians identify as Christians, 33% as Muslims, and 5% follow indigenous or other religions.
That's a huge percentage of the population. But let's zoom in on Christianity a little bit more, which has a profound influence in the country's culture, art, and even politics.
Christianity has a long history in Ethiopia. It was officially adopted in the 4th century, which makes Ethiopia one of the oldest Christian nations in the world.
That's right. The story goes that Emperor Izana of Aksum, one of the greatest ancient civilizations of Ethiopia, converted to Christianity after being influenced by the teachings of a missionary from Syria. His conversion led to Christianity becoming the state religion in 330 AD. Goofy said.
And what's really interesting is that the Ethiopian church developed independently of the Western Christian traditions. They kept a lot of their unique customs, which are still seen in Ethiopian Orthodox Christianity today.
The largest group of Christians in Ethiopia belong to the Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church. Tewahedo means being made one. It refers to the belief in the oneness of the divine nature of Christ. This church is one of the oldest Christian denominations in the world.
Exactly. The Ethiopian Orthodox Church has its own Bible, including the Book of Enoch, which isn't seen in any of the Bibles in the United States or the Catholic or Protestant Bibles in Ethiopia. This shows how the Ethiopian Church has stayed true to its early traditions.
Oh, and the rituals. Ethiopian Orthodox worship is rich with ancient traditions. You've got colorful processions, chanting in Ge'ez, the ancient Ethiopian language, and incredible religious festivals. One of the most famous is Timket, which celebrates the Epiphany and the baptism of Jesus.
Timket is a huge deal in Ethiopia. Imagine hundreds of thousands of people gathering religious processions, celebrating with music, worshiping, and holy rituals that go back centuries.
Yeah, that's right. The Ethiopian Orthodox Church is not just a place of worship. It's deeply woven into the fabric of Ethiopian life. The church has played a key role in preserving Ethiopian culture, language, and even education.
That's right. Many schools, especially in rural areas, are run by the church, and the church has always seen at the forefront of preserving the Ge'ez language, which is still used in church services and liturgies today.
And don't forget about the unique architecture of the Ethiopian churches. Some of the most famous churches are built out of rock, such as the ones in Lalibela. These 11 medieval churches were carved directly into the mountainside, a testament to the deep faith of the Ethiopian people.
While the Ethiopian Orthodox Church is the largest, there are other Christian groups in this country too. There's a significant Protestant population, particularly among the evangelical and Pentecostal Christians.
Yeah, and their presence has grown a lot over the past few decades, especially in urban areas. Protestantism was introduced to Ethiopia in the 19th century, and it has grown steadily since then, with large churches in cities like Addis Ababa.
And of course, there's also a small but notable group of Ethiopian Catholics. They belong to the Roman Catholic Church, which has had a presence in Ethiopia for centuries, especially through the work of missionaries.
Now, aside from Christianity, Islam has had a significant presence in Ethiopia. In fact, Islam has been practiced in the country since the 7th century, making it one of the oldest Muslim communities in the world.
Absolutely. About 33% of Ethiopians follow Islam, and is particularly prominent in the eastern and southeastern parts of the country. The Islamic community is very diverse, with both Sunni and Shia Muslims.
And don't forget about Ethiopia's indigenous religious practices. While they make up a smaller portion of the population, only 5%, many Ethiopians in rural areas still follow traditional beliefs that are deeply connected to nature and ancestral worship.
Yeah, so there you have it. A quick look at all the major religions of Ethiopia with a special focus on the rich history and traditions of Ethiopian Christianity.
Well, whether it's the ancient Ethiopian Orthodox Church, the growing Protestant community, or the long-standing presence of Islam and indigenous beliefs, religion is an integral part of Ethiopia's culture.
In our last video, we got 2 great questions.
The first question that'll pop up on the screen here. What is on your shirts? Looks like some kind of characters.
Great question. The characters on our shirts was the alphabet called Fidel in Amharic, which is the national language of Ethiopia among all other 81 foreign languages.
We have Fidel right here. It looks like this. Make sure I don't hold it upside down. It looks like this. I don't know if you can see the whole thing. But it is basically like any other alphabet, but it has 238 core characters versus our 26 in our English alphabet. And each letter has their own completely different sound. They're all used in completely different scenarios.
Hopefully that answered your question, and in the future we'll make sure to go into more detail and add a separate video about it.
Yeah, the second question is this. What is something you think is misunderstood about Ethiopia?
I think there's a lot that is misunderstood. We're hoping to make a whole nother video about the stereotypes of both countries, both America and Ethiopia, and maybe like one packed video. But I think you can go into like what you think is.
Yeah, so what I think is misunderstood about Ethiopia is the fact that people think it's so desolate and nothing happens there. Just like I think that's the whole view of all of Africa. But as you've seen in our last couple of videos, a lot of stuff happens there.
Yeah. And if you're interested in learning more about Ethiopia and or any other fascinating cultural topics, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications.
Yep. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.
Make sure you also check out our video that we posted this morning, the music video, Sunday Morning Feeling. It's really fun to make.
It's really fun, yeah.
Y'all take care.
Yep. See ya.